Good evening to all of you. There you are. You're all awake. Right. I was born in Chennai. It was called Madras then. And then my childhood was in Hyderabad. And the rest in Bangalore. Yes. Right. So that's where I am. Right from the age of 7 years, I have been into Bangalore. It was called Mysore State then. I'm going to share my little experiences. You will find the greater detail in which I have come up very recently with my autobiography called Stumped. STUMPED, Stump. Cricket mein stumping hoti hai na? So that is what is called Stumped. So the greater details are in that book. I'll just touch a few here and there from that book also. It is available online. It is available on Amazon. It is available on all the bookstores. He was transferred during the bifurcation of the government and reorganizations of the state, 1952. Sorry, it was 1956. Yes, I was 6 years old. He came into Bangalore. It was called Mysore State, and then he was given the one-bedroom quarters. Right, it's still there. 15D is the number of that D-type quarters in Jai Mahal Extension. That's where I grew up. One-bedroom upbringing. Father was a stenographer. I don't know how many of the current students know what stenography is all about. It's a shorthand. It was called shorthand. So that's where he was. And I used to walk. I know the kind of, I'm sure the current students of this era, 20th century, are very fortunate, very lucky to have the wonderful facilities, amenities provided to all of you. Right, I used to walk 8 kilometers to the school, come back 8 kilometers, St. Germain's to start with. Okay, from there on, 3rd, 4th, I studied there. St. Joseph's, again walking. Father could not afford a bus pass, all right? And we used to walk. And all the way from Jai Mahal Extension to Germain's High School and St. Joseph's. Walk and come back. Lovely, good walk. That's why I'm so fit, I think, right now. So on that count, my father was only interested. Study, study, study. Pado, pado, pado. He used to grill into my head because those days sports were not very popular. And my father was only interested कि भाई get a degree, get a good government job. पढ़ोगे लिखोगे तो होंगे नवाब, खेलोगे कूदोगे तो होंगे खराब. He used to tell this very regularly into me. इतना ग्रिल किया मेरे को, बहुत जल्दी साफ हो गया मैं. So that's the way, and he was a very witty person. Of course, to me, to whatever little experience I have gained going around the world playing cricket, everything is through cricket only, right? And it has given me a good experience to evaluate an individual. An individual is a reflection of his or her parents' 80%. And the rest 20% is from the maternal side, and the society and the environment one moves into. You see, we are all carrying the genes of our parents, 80%. Right? So we are a reflection of our parents. If somebody does good, who excels, it reflects on the parents straight away. Wow, because of his upbringing, because of her upbringing. So it goes like that. So not to go into the greater details of that, doctors are all here. This is where I confirmed with the doctors who I came across whether my evaluation was right or wrong about the individual who is the reflection of his parents, 80%. So on that count, my father could not afford canvas shoes as well. I used to take part in my sports. On the sly, never ever informed my father that I'm taking part in sports. I believe my father was a good athlete. I don't know what sort of an athlete he was in the 30s. My mother was a good badminton player in her days, I believe, in her school, ball badminton. Okay, so probably that was the extra sporting genes I carried from my father and my mother. The PT master whistle, "Ajao, whoever wants to take part in the sports, come and qualify." Ran 100 meters, 200 meters, got selected for the St. Joseph's relay team. Rest of my colleagues who took part in sports, they all had spikes. I ran barefooted. I played house games, barefooted, hockey, barefooted, football, barefooted. For the cricket selection into the junior school team, I used my uniform shoes. I was an average student. Yes, I passed in every examination. From there on, I got selected for the junior school team, graduated senior school team. No shoes, all uniform shoes. And gradually I was invited to play the state school. For the selections I got selected. Well, that was a gradual stepping stone for me. I can still recall my debut in New Zealand and West Indies, Twin Tour, 1976. We had very poor equipment. We had to buy our equipment. I used the batting glove as my thigh pad. Oh my God. And then the chest pad, towel from the hotel, small little towel we used to tie around and with a string kind of a thing, tie it up facing the fastest bowlers in the world. Right, they were so ferocious, particularly the West Indian fast bowlers. I was excelling in wherever I took part. This is where I came into the limelight, right? And consistency is the key. In any walk of life, my dear friends, consistency is the key which brings you into limelight. From all disciplines, whatever field you want to pick, right? Don't become like A, B, C, D. Be better than A, B, C, D. That should be your motto. That should be your aim. That should be your focus. By the way, it just struck me before things slip out of my shining and slippery head. I would like to, of course, congratulate the women cricketers who won the World Cup 2025. And what an inspiration. So in short, my dear students, particularly, I'll pass on with 6 alphabets which are very, very important for one and all to climb the ladder of success. Right? Now, the first 3 alphabets is the 3 W's. In our time, sir, in my school days, I used to hear the 3 great W's from West Indies. They were Weeks, Worrell, and Walcott. I don't know, I've never seen them, but I have been to the grave of Worrell, who was the captain of the West Indies team while in West Indies. Right? The 3 W's. First W, who am I? The next W, what am I? And the third W, where am I? Where am I going? There's so much of depth in these 3 W's. Who am I? What am I? And where am I? Such great depth. You got to look into yourself first. Where you are, what you are, and where are you heading? And the 3 other D's. D, first D, determination, second D, dedication, and the third one, which is very, very important, is discipline. I would put discipline ahead of the 2 because discipline is what builds one's character. And the character will take you a very, very long way. That is where you have to be aiming at. A good discipline. And wherever you are in whatever discipline of life, you got to be so much focused, saying that I'll be number 1 wherever I am. I want to be the leader. I want to be the captain. I want to be the chancellor of the university. Wow. This is how your aims should be. This is how there was nobody to tell us in our time. By the way, we won the 83 World Cup, 1983 World Cup, no coach. 83 World Cup. Huh? We are you see, that was the most, of course, she mentioned underdogs. I think that should not have been said. It should have been the fourth weakest team in the competition. Yeah, right. And nevertheless, that's what the media says, the underdogs, Bulki. Right? If you have not seen the 83 movie, please have a look at that. See the movie, it's on YouTube, Netflix. How we won, how we were looked down upon, being the fourth weakest team in the competition. Right? And how we overcame. And what a spirit it was. Team spirit. It's the team spirit which makes a captain very, very popular. Right? And of course, you did mention about 175, sir. Yes, I must tell you that, you know, wherever, whatever you're aiming at, there's no shortcut to success for sure. You got to be very rigorous, and by the way, life is nothing but a sacrifice. You got to sacrifice somewhere down the line to achieve something. And the best way to progress on a day-to-day basis is to introspect yourself. That is what is required. Talk to yourself. Analyze yourself at the end of the day. And this is the way to progress. If you have not had a good day, tomorrow should be a better day. The first turning point was we met the reigning world champions, West Indies, who ruled cricket for 3 decades. So we beat them comprehensively at Old Trafford, Manchester. They couldn't realize that the weakest team in the competition have beaten us. Right. From there on, we went on beating all the stronger teams. Came in playing against Zimbabwe. We had beaten them in the league match, and we are playing Zimbabwe again to qualify for the knockout. If we had lost that match, forget the World Cup. We had to win that match, and now, normally I don't get batting in the ODIs, right? So I was relaxed. I was in a dressing room, preparing myself for a good breakfast and a good shower, and watch my team perform the top order, scoring brilliantly, right? So while I was in the dressing room, a call came from outside from one of the players. Hey, Kiri, pad up. Yaar, kya ho gaya? You know, normally guys play pranks. So I thought I ignored that shout. Within 3 minutes, again, a very serious call. Hey, Kiri, kya kar raha hai yaar? Pad up yaar, bol ke pukara bahar se. So I looked for a window to see why this call, serious call. I saw the scoreboard. It said 17-17. Down below, it said 5. Oh my God. I had a toast and the towel round to have a good shower. I said 17-5. Bolte, toast fell. Towel also fell. Oh my God. Picked up the towel. Thank God nobody was in the dressing room, honestly. I don't know whether I had a good breakfast or a good shower. I was walking in 1:26 for 8, sir. Kapil Dev bichara wahan pe. You can imagine, after doing so very well, with his bad resting and his, what thoughts would have gone into that captain's mind, you can imagine. So while walking up, number 8, the last batsman, Balwinder Singh Sandhu, sitting down there. While I just walked inside, Ballu said, Kiri bhai, mere ko aana nahi hai andar. Right? He said that, and while walking, I said to myself, okay, now is the time that I must give a good stand to Kapil Dev. Right? Now, in my mind, I will play 1 delivery, give Kapil Dev 5 deliveries to hit. This was in my mind. Because he was the best hitter of the Indian cricket team. Walked up to him and I said, Caps, we are in a do or die situation. ऐसे ही मरने का नहीं है. अगर मरना है ना Caps, we have to hit and die. In the meantime, the umpire comes, "Hey, come on, you're wasting time, take your stand." "Well, I'm talking to the captain, you take your place." I had to tell him that at that juncture. Nevertheless, so one run, Kapil Dev, 5 deliveries, summing it up, 175, devastating knock from Kapil Dev. I've never seen a knock of 175 in a situation like that. 17 for 5 and 126 runs partnership between me and Kapil Dev. Yours sincerely was 26 not out. So this is where we qualified, and after that, it was history, my dear friends. It was history all along. Unbelievable, historic win that was for all of us and for the entire Indians all over the world. It was like that for the women's cricket also, who won the recent World Cup, right? So on that issue, I would like to close and say thank you all for, there are a lot of inspirational. I've given you those 6 alphabets, and that's where you got to follow those. And I wish the MS Ramaya group of institution the very best of luck in its endeavors, and all the students the very best of luck in whatever you all are aiming. You all are whatever you want to become. Keep the tricolor flag high at all times. Right, bring name to yourself, bring name to your family, your state, bring name to your country. With this, God bless you all with good health and happiness. Thank you so much.